everyone, it's Jay, and let's talk about buying movies on streaming services. Streaming your favorite movies and TV shows has become such the norm, so much so that it became a meme with none other than Netflix and chill. Anybody want to Netflix and chill with me? No? Okay. But there is something that I ran across while streaming movies, and it definitely needs to be addressed. That would be buying your favorite movies on streaming services like Vudu, YouTube, or Amazon. But wait, what can be so negative about the convenience? Pricing. A lot of times your favorite movies can be accessible with streaming services like Hulu or Paramount. But what happens whenever you can't find your favorite movie on those streaming services? Your other alternative is buying it on streaming services like Vudu, or searching for a physical copy in a store or on Amazon or on eBay. But searching for a physical copy can be more time consuming than just clicking a few buttons and paying for the movie that you really want, or finding that movie in the resolution that you really want. Like, there are a lot of movies that are still stuck in DVD format, but you would rather have them in Blu-ray format. So let's just choose convenience for an example. And what do I mean by convenience? Buying it on a streaming service. Taking a look at pricing for a movie such as The Faculty, which was released in 1998. And this is also one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time, which it's also a ripoff of a lot of older films from the 50s and the 70s. I mean, hell, they even mention it in the film.
Body Snatchers is a story somebody made up, dingus. It's located in the fiction section of the line. Yeah, so is Schindler's List.
You can see either buying or renting the movie is still pretty pricey whenever you stream it on services like YouTube. On YouTube, you can rent the movie for $3.99 or buy it for $14.99, which in my opinion just seems way too high for a film that is almost 30 years old. And to me, that just doesn't seem appetizing to really purchase on a streaming service. You might as well just find a physical copy on Amazon or eBay for at least $5 to $10. On top of that, there's another factor at play, which is how long these movies will stay up on streaming services. Because there has been a recent controversy behind it, such as Sony or PlayStation taking down movies and TV shows after somebody had purchased them years before. Your purchases should still remain in your library. However, stuff like this became a controversy at the end of December and has since been corrected. But who's to say that other streaming services don't follow suit and eventually take off the movies that you had purchased? Vudu is a prime example of this as well, where they have a Movies Anywhere app on top of Vudu, and a lot of movies that you purchase on Vudu sometimes don't transfer over to Movies Anywhere, and that is a big issue. And this can be a little concerning for the average consumer. But moving back to pricing, movies like this one from 1998 shouldn't be priced so high in order for you to own a digital copy. Whenever you can find a physical copy for the same price as the rental price that's on YouTube, then it kind of defeats the purpose of why these older films are so high on streaming services. And with such a price increase, wouldn't this just drive consumers to find the physical copy on eBay or Amazon? What about movies you really can't find a physical copy for? Take this movie Invasion, which was an indie sci-fi film. You can buy a physical copy for $11.99 on Amazon, but can't find it in the stores. Or you can buy it on Prime Video for $5. Which would you rather have? The Prime Video version or the physical copy, which is more expensive? Now keep in mind, this isn't a very highly rated film, but it's still a very interesting one for that matter. But is it really worth these prices that the retailer like Amazon is selling it for? Is it worth having a physical copy or a digital? See, what I've come across on a lot of these streaming services like Vudu or YouTube is that a lot of these movies are priced way too high and are just not really worth getting a digital copy. Doesn't really make sense why you would go digital for that matter if it's just priced so high. You might as well just get a physical copy. Step Up 3 is another example of this. I've tried looking for this movie in stores, but it seems to be really hard to find. And whenever I look it up on Amazon, on, it is cheaper than doing it digitally, which is at least $5 more. I think for films that have aged like fine wine, it should be priced at retail. A film from 1998 or hell, even a film from 2010 can be found at Dollar General for $5. Usually it is a DVD copy though. But if you were to find a Blu-ray version, it would be at least $4 to $5 more than that $5, so it would be about $10. It'd still be cheaper than streaming the movie on YouTube or Vudu. If these streaming services offered a better value and were more competitive, then you could really offset the convenience factor. With physical copies, there are a lot more interesting features that come with the disc. Some DVDs in the 2000s had games on them. Some Blu-rays had extra features like how they perform these stunts or how the CGI was made that you really can't get with digital copies. All you get is the film. But don't get me wrong, a few extra dollars could be more convenient for you than it is for me. I personally like to save money, and if you are so hung up on just purchasing the movie on these streaming services, go for it. So with that out of the way, is convenience better than physical? That's for you to decide. This will be the end of my video. I wanted to shed some light on stumbling across the price differences between physical and digital. Stuff like this can also be said about video games. There's so much controversy about digital versus physical in video game culture, rightfully so. It's a little concerning that people can just take away your favorite game after a certain amount of time and make it disappear into history. Same could be said with movies and TV shows. We definitely don't want the physical copy to disappear forever, and I highly suggest that maybe you should spend your money on a physical copy versus a digital. Now, with an example like Invasion and how you can't really find a physical copy of the movie, that would be a good example of just buying it digitally and having it for a cheaper price. But with that being said, as always, I am out. See you in the next video.